Hello student, I am welcome you in our fourth lecture. So in today's lecture we will discuss the types of mass analyzer. In the previous lecture we have already started the types of mass analyzer. In that we have seen four types of mass analyzer. There are total 6 types of mass analyzer. So out of that 6 we discuss first 4 types of mass analyzer in our section. So out of that 4 we have already started the first one, that is quadruple mass analyzer. So we have completed that quadruple mass analyzer in the previous lecture. So in the today's lecture we will discuss the remaining mass analyzer. Okay. So in the today's lecture we will see the time of flight mass analyzer. In short, it is called it as TOF mass analyzer. Then magnetic sector mass analyzer, double focusing mass analyzer, and after studying these three types, we will see the advantages and disadvantages of TOF, magnetic sector, and double focusing mass analyzer. So this is the content of today's lecture. Okay, then we start with the time of flight mass analyzer. So this is the block diagram of TOF analyzer. So the name itself indicate time of flight. That means the function of this TOF is to separate the ion according to time. Hence the name is TOF. The function of this TOF is to separate the ions according to the time. Hence we call it as TOF analyzer. Okay. So this is the block diagram of this TOF. In this block diagram we will see this is a sample holder. This is matrix. In that matrix a sample is placed. On that matrix a laser beam will be strike on the sample. So this whole chamber, it is called ionization chamber. Okay. So when the laser beam will be strike on the sample, it undergoes the ionization, it remove one electron from the sample and it convert that sample into the molecular ion. And that molecular ions are further fragmented into the positive ions. These are the positive ions. So this process it is occur in the ionization chamber. A positive ions are formed. That positive ions are transferred into the acceleration chamber. This is the acceleration chamber. In the acceleration chamber, a positive grid is present and two negative grids are present. So when these positive ions are enter into the acceleration chamber, what happen? The ions having positive charge and this first is the positive grid. So what happened? It get repelled because like charges repel each other. So repulsion takes place at the right side because at the right more negative grids are there. So these positive ions are accelerated to this side because here more negative grids are present. So these ions are accelerated through this portion and come here. These positive ions are come here. After that, these positive ions are further passed into the detector. And the distance between this acceleration chamber to the detector, it is known as a flight tube. And these positive ions are passing through this flight tube and they reach into the detector. This path it is called drift path. What is it called? Drift path. Okay. This is nothing but the block diagram of TOF analyzer. Then we see its working. We see that in the ionization chamber, the molecular ion get fragmented into the positive ion. These positive ions are M plus, M1 plus and M2 plus. Here this M plus is having heavy mass, then M1 is having moderate mass and this M2 is having least mass. Okay. Then we say that velocity of these ions, it depends on the mass of the ion. Lighter ion have higher velocity as compared to the heavier ion. If ions are traveling towards the detector, then lighter ion will strike the detector first due to higher velocity. Right? If the ion traveling towards the detector, then the lighter ion will strike the detector first due to the higher velocity. Okay, so here this green color M2 plus ion, it is a lighter ion, so it will strike to the detector first, then this red one, and then last the blue, that is M plus ion, reach into the detector. Okay, so this is nothing but the construction and working of this TOF analyzer. Then we move towards the next slide. It contains about the TOF mass analyzer. So this TOF mass analyzer separate the ion by time without the use of an electric and magnetic field. So in the previous slide we have seen there is no any application of electric and magnetic field. This TOF, it is similar to chromatography. Why we say that it is similar to chromatography? Because chromatography is the technique to separate the ion without any electric and magnetic field. Hence we say that it is similar to the chromatography. But in the chromatography we use two phases, that is stationary phase and mobile phase. But in TOF we never use such phases. Instead of that, the separation, it is based on the kinetic energy and the velocity of ion. Okay. This TOF, it is based on a very simple idea that the velocity of two ions varies depending on the mass of the ion. Lighter ion have higher velocity as compared to the heavier ion. If ions are traveling towards the detector, then the lighter ion will strike the detector first due to the higher velocity. So lighter ion having higher velocity, hence the lighter ions strike the detector first. If the ion with different masses all are accelerating to the same kinetic energy, each ion acquires a characteristic velocity that depends on its m by z ratio. Means it is totally depend upon its mass. Okay, the kinetic energy of an ion accelerated through an electrical potential, it will be represented by the equation ZV is equal to 1 half mv square. This Z, it is nothing but the charge on the ion, V is the potential difference, m is the mass of the ion and v is the velocity of the ion. Then we see the principle of this TOF mass analyzer. So up to this point, ZV is equal to 1 half mv square. We have seen in the previous slide. This is nothing but the kinetic energy of an ion accelerated through an electrical potential. It is represented by this equation ZV is equal to 1 half mv square. Z is the charge, V is the potential, m is the mass and this V is the velocity of the ion. But we know that the velocity of ion is the path length divided by time. That means V is equal to L by T. So we put this value of V into the equation 1. So what we get? We get the ZV is equal to 1 half m Instead of that v square, we put L square by T square. Okay. Then we rearrange the equation. Why we rearrange the equation? Because we required the value of m by z. So for that we rearrange the equation. M by z is equal to 2v into t square by L square. Okay. So this is the equation number 4. But we know that these all terms 2v upon L square are the constant term. So for that we use k is equal to 2v upon L square. So putting the value of this k into this equation, so we get m by z is equal to k into t square. Okay. So by studying this equation, we conclude that m by z is directly proportional to time. M by z is directly proportional to time. That means m by z of the ion that strike the detector after traveling the path length L is directly proportional to the square of the time. What we say here, the m by z of the ions that strike the detector after traveling the path L is directly proportional to the square of the time. That means the variation comes in time. Hence the name is TOF mass analyzer. Okay, it is clear. So this is about the time of flight mass analyzer. So we have seen the block diagram, its construction, its working and its principle. We have seen and we complete the TOF mass analyzer here. Okay. In the next slide we see the advantages and disadvantages of this TOF mass analyzer. Advantages are it has moderate cost, moderate to high resolving power, relatively high duty cycle. These duty cycles are the factors. The instrument has extremely high scan rate, theoretically unlimited use in a range. These are the advantages of TOF analyzer. Then we see the disadvantages. It requires pulsed ionization method. Fast digitizers used in TOF can have a limited dynamic range. So these are advantages and disadvantages of TOF analyzer. So with these advantages and disadvantages, we have completed the TOF analyzer. So it is very simple. You have to go through it. Then we see the next analyzer, that is magnetic sector analyzer. The name itself indicates its meaning. Magnetic sector. That means here we apply the magnetic field. Okay. Then we start with this analyzer. The first point is the first mass spectrometer built by J.J. Thomson in 1897 used a magnet to measure the m by z value of electron. Similar to TOF analyzer mentioned earlier. That means the construction is same to TOF. In magnetic sector analyzers, ions are accelerated through a flight tube where the ions are separated by m by z ratio. The difference between magnetic sector and TOF is that a magnetic field is used to separate the ion. Here as moving ion enter a magnetic field, the ions are accelerated to a circular motion of a unique radius in a direction perpendicular to the applied magnetic field. By the application of that magnetic field, positive ions travel in a curved path and molecular ions are separated according to their mass and they get collected in the recorder. Different fragments fall on a detector, then mass spectrum is recorded. Okay, this is the magnetic sector analyzer. Then we see the diagram for this magnetic sector analyzer. Here the sample injection. So through this path we introduce the sample. Here the ionization chamber. Ionization takes place. Positive ions are produced. This is the accelerating chamber. Here the ions are accelerated through this chamber and then it is entered into the flight tube. This is a flight tube. In this flight tube we apply a magnetic field. So what happens when the ions are entered into this flight tube? The ions get deflected. Deflection occur and after that they reach into the detector. That means by the application of magnetic field they travel in a curved path and molecular ion are separated according to their masses and they are collected in the detector. Okay, so this is nothing but the magnetic sector analyzer. So with this we complete the magnetic sector analyzer. In the next slide we see our last analyzer, that is double focusing mass analyzer. So before starting this analyzer we say that in the time of flight analyzer we never use electric and magnetic field. Then in magnetic sector analyzer we use magnetic field. And in this analyzer, double focusing mass analyzer, we use magnetic field. Along with that magnetic field we also use a electric field. Okay, this is the basic difference in these three analyzer. In time of flight we never use any field, means magnetic and electric fields are absent. Then in the magnetic field we only apply the magnetic field, and in the last double focusing mass analyzer we apply magnetic field as well as electrostatic field. Okay, so it gives the higher resolution compound to a magnetic sector mass analyzer because electrostatic analyzer is added to improve the performance. Why it gives the higher resolution of compound? Because here we apply one extra field, that is electrostatic field. Due to that field we get the higher resolution of compound. Okay. Then positive charged ion will enter into the magnetic analyzer through a slit and deflected just like a magnetic sector mass analyzer. So when we see the block diagram of this double focusing, so the first part, it is similar to the magnetic sector mass analyzer, and then after that we apply the electrostatic field. So here we say that the positively charged ion will enter into the magnetic analyzer through the slit and it get deflected just like a magnetic sector mass analyzer. In the third point we see that the magnetic analyzer will separate the ion according to the deflection in the magnetic field as per the mass difference between the ions. Okay, when the positive ions will be entered into the electrostatic analyzer, then all ion will be aligned. That means what it say, when they enter into the electrostatic analyzer they come in a same line, they all ions will be aligned, and velocity of ion having same m by z value will be the same under electrostatic analyzer. The peak are 10 times more resolved as compared to the normal magnetic analyzer. Okay, then we see the figure for this double focusing analyzer. So here this is a magnetic analyzer, this one is a electrostatic analyzer. Okay, that means here we apply magnetic field, here we apply electrostatic field. Okay, the ions, here accelerating chamber is there, so ions are produced in the ionization chamber, then they are accelerate into the accelerating chamber, and after that these positive ions are transferred into this magnetic analyzer through this slit. Okay, these ions are enter into this magnetic analyzer. Here the magnets are present. So what happen? These ions are come into this magnetic field. They get deflected. The ions get deflected, and after deflection they come here. But here they are not aligned. First this one is rich, then this one and this one, so they are not aligned. Due to this situation we get a broad peak. Okay, then these ions are transferred into this electrostatic analyzer. Then what happen? Here the positive electrode is present and here the negative electrode is present. So what happen when these ions are enter into this electrostatic analyzer? At that time these ions is having positive charge and here the positive electrode is there. So what happen? We know that like charges repel each other. So repulsion takes place. They are repelled by this positive electrode. Okay. So all they come in this side, negative electrode. And when they come this side, what happen? They are in a same line. They are aligned. Okay. This heavier ion are in a same line and they get detected into the detector. Due to this alignment, we get a sharp peak. While here what happened? They are not aligned. So first this molecule reach, then this one and this one. Due to this situation, we get broad peak. But here all the ions are aligned and due to that we get a sharp peak. Okay, this happen due to this electrostatic field. Okay, and we get a sharp peak and it is detected in the detector. Okay, it is clear. This is nothing but the double focusing mass analyzer. Then we see the peaks obtained in the mass analyzer. Peaks obtained in magnetic sector mass analyzer. We compare the two analyzer, magnetic sector mass analyzer and second one is the double focusing mass analyzer. So in the previous slide we have seen that in the magnetic sector portion, magnetic field is applied. At that time all ions are not aligned. They reach to the detector one by one and due to that we get a broad peak, right? While in the double focusing mass analyzer, due to the electrostatic field, all ions are aligned and due to that alignment we get a sharp peak. Okay, so this is the peak obtained in a mass analyzer. Then this is our last point in the today's lecture. Advantages, disadvantages and application of this double focusing mass analyzer. Advantages are classical mass spectra, means it gives a classical mass spectra of the compound. It shows very high reproducibility. It shows high resolution. Then it shows high sensitivity, high dynamic range. All these are the advantages. Then disadvantages. Not well suited for pulsed ionization method. That means Maldi technique. It is not suitable for the Maldi technique. We have seen for the Maldi technique which analyzer is used. TOF analyzers are used. Okay. Usually larger and heavier cost than the other mass analyzer. Okay, then application. All organic compounds are analyzed by using this technique. Accurate mass measurement is done by using this double focusing mass analyzer. Okay, so this is about the types of analyzer. We have completed all four types of mass analyzer. In the next lecture, we will see the ions, types of ion, then different detectors are used in a mass spectrometer. Okay, so thank you.